Welcome back to Girls Unfiltered with Emma and Katie. I'm Emma.
And I'm Katie.
And we're sisters and we love to talk all things
health,
relationships,
mindset,
friendship,
fitness,
personal development,
and so much more.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to Girls Unfiltered. I'm Emma.
And I'm Katie.
And we are sisters and we love each other very much so.
Okay.
So how has your week been?
Yeah, good.
So we're going to start off with our highs and lows. I think last week we started off with our highs, which was lovely. But then by the time we get to our lows, the mood was a bit somber.
Yeah.
So let's start with the low, because it can only get better.
So
do you want to go first?
I need some time to
Okay.
think.
I'll go first. My low, which is I finished my deficit, which usually that's something to celebrate. But it was like, particularly the last 2 weeks of my deficit, I just like struggled to follow the lower calories. There's times where eating low calories is like easy peasy, but I was it was on the back end of being sick. I was tired. I was just craving so much food. I did my best. I tried my best. And I'm still grateful and proud of myself because this year I've still lost like almost 10 kilos. So it was still successful, but I do this thing every time where I just drag it on because I just can't stick to it. But I think right now now's not the time for me to continue the deficit. So I did do 8 to 9 weeks in a deficit. So and I still lost around 4 kilos. So I think it was still really amazing, really successful. But I just feel a bit, just like I've had a bit of a poor body image since then. Of like, I was feeling so confident and good because I was losing the weight.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just like,
You're not losing the weight anymore because you're not in a deficit. Like you're going back up. So that's not the goal.
Yeah, so I don't want my weight to shift back up, but obviously I ate meals out and now I just feel a bit like I'm holding a bit more water and I'm just feeling a bit interesting. So that's kind of my low, just like not feeling healthy from being sick, not completing my deficit the way I wanted to.
Yeah.
Then like now my body just feels like it's holding on to inflammation and retention. So I just really want to focus on like eating. And I also have been feeling a bit stressed about money. So I decided this week I'm going to do a no spend week.
Oh, very nice.
Besides having GYG. But then otherwise no spend week. So those are my 2 kind of lows of like how I'm feeling. And also the no spend week, the only reason why I mentioned it is because that's going to help me like stick to whole foods and eating at home this week to help reduce the inflammation and feel better.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah. So I like how I have a low, but there's a solution.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Yes. What's your low?
Mine would probably just be, lately I just feel a bit disorganized all over the place. My brain feels very chaotic. Like I'm a person that I don't normally forget things. Like I'm really good at putting things on my calendar, remembering, like at work. Yesterday I'd stayed back for like a training thing. I literally completely forgot. I said bye to my manager and they're like, aren't you gonna be here for this? I'm like, oh yes. Yeah. Sorry, I completely forgot.
Especially like when that happens.
You feel so bad too.
It's like, it makes you feel dysregulated. Like a bit nervous, a bit anxious. Like,
So I just feel all over the shop. Like I had time and I knew in the back of my head, like.
And also like, I think, like we pride ourselves on organization. Like we are organized human beings. Like I think I'm a little more type A than you, but I still think you're definitely type A. Like I wouldn't say you're type B.
No, I'm kind of
like
go
with the flow.
Between,
you're like a go with the flow type A.
But I'm more type A.
Yeah.
Because I need things like structured and
you
organized.
You thrive on routine.
Yeah. So yeah, it just feels all over the shop. And like my weeks have just been going by so fast and I feel like I can't keep up. Like I feel like I'm always behind.
Yeah.
Like at the moment. That's just what I've been struggling with. And I find like finally I'm going to be on top of this. It can be anything. It can be like laundry. I feel like I'm behind. Finally getting on top of it. Last week I forgot to wash my clinic clothes. And then I had to dig through the hamper. Like gross. And but I normally each week I'm normally really good at that. Like just little things like that. So, forgetting things that's in my calendar and yeah,
that's rough.
So that's my
But do you feel like you have things in place so it will get better from here?
I do, but I think just with I don't know, like my start of my weeks, because my Sunday is like the start of my work week. Like Sunday to Tuesday are always a bit all over the place, and then I go to clinic Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, it's just really hard sometimes mentally to be like, okay, Friday and Saturday my days to like prepare and get organized.
Yeah.
When traditionally that's the end of the week.
Because you're prematurely getting ready for the week, but it's the end of everyone else's week.
Yeah.
So everyone else is winding down and you're like gearing up. And
Yeah.
it feels like a mismatch because obviously your partner's like winding down from his week. I'm winding down from my week. We also went away on the weekend.
Yeah.
So like when were you going to prepare?
Exactly. So that's my thing, a bit disheveled.
And then highs. So my high, and I have a feeling this will be your high, but you can choose a different high if you want, is on the weekend we went to the Gold Coast to visit our dad and spend his birthday. So his birthday was on Friday. I had a hospital appointment with my endocrinologist on Friday, which worked out because I took off the day off work because hospital appointments, it was like smack bang in the middle of the day. You never know. Sometimes it takes an hour. Sometimes you're there for 3 hours. Yeah. It depends how quickly you get seen. And for me, it's just easy to take off the entire day. Tell work, nope, I can't come because then I'm not rushed. Then I'm not stressed. Then I know like afterwards I can just get a bite to eat and like just chillax. And I get really bad medical anxiety. And also depending on how the appointment goes, I would hate to be in tears after my appointment and have to go to work.
Yeah.
So I always take medical appointments as time for me. So I had the day off. So Friday we went to the Gold Coast because Katie also had Fridays off. Yeah. And we saw our dad and we went out to dinner for his birthday and then we did the beach on Saturday and then just relaxed, did a lot of beach walks. And Katie, another highlight, Katie surprised me and she bought me the Muscle Republic times Raw Reality Muscle Republic jumper. So we wore those all weekend. Zip up. So she bought me a sweatshirt and gifted it to me just because she loves me. Yeah. So yeah, that was a massive highlight. And it just made me feel so happy. And I just love the beach. I want to live there really badly. And every time we go down there, I feel like we're just cosplaying as if we live there.
100%. But it also feels so right.
It's good for manifestation too, because we know what it feels like to live there.
We locked in that feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I was sad coming back, actually. Like, I literally told Aiden, I'm like, I'm sad that we don't live there.
Like, my day at work yesterday went fine, but I was dreading it.
Yeah.
Like, come Sunday, I was like, I sat on the couch, and I was like, I don't want to do work tomorrow. I survived, but like...
Yeah, I didn't want to go to work this morning.
It was that idea of, I don't want to come... Like, it was like, you're in your happy bubble, and I don't want to go back to reality.
Yeah, it's hard. Anyway, yeah, my high was definitely the Gold Coast. I also really liked... Even though I'm over eating out and takeaway. Like, I've had too much of it, trying to cut back on it. But I did really like, we went and ate out with Dad and went to restaurants. And for me, like... we went to like Junior's Deli, which I never had. So it's like trying new things and experiencing stuff with food is like the way to my heart.
I also think it's because like when you get takeaway, it's just means to an end. When you go to a restaurant, it's an experience.
Yeah, and I'm glad we ate there. Like we didn't just take it home. Yeah. Everywhere we ate out, we ate there, and that made it so special.
It's all about the atmosphere. And Palm Beach Collective.
Got Coke on your lips.
Palm Beach Collective is like about the atmosphere. Like I love the fairy lights and how they bring out the food, and the people were so nice. They were like, Katie put on the thing that we're celebrating a birthday.
So I knew there'd be something.
So Dad got a free drink, but then like 5 different waiters wished Dad a happy birthday.
Yeah,
I was like, that's so
it was
nice.
So nice. It was such a good atmosphere. Like I would go back there again.
I think we should go there for everyone's birthday.
I know.
I want a free birthday cocktail.
I know, which makes me excited. I'm like, I want to live there. So like.
Literally.
That's the place to just go to.
Yeah. Alrighty, are we ready to switch gears?
Yes.
Okay. So our next segment that we're going to make regularly on the podcast is we need to find a title for it. Like I guess it's pop culture. Let out a burp. Last that podcast I was just like silently doing it, but that one was just uncontrollable. But what do we want to call it? Like pop culture, what's going on in the What's going on in the world?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Just in general.
In the fictional world of the summer. So yeah. So anyway, blah, words.
It's kind of what we're talking about, like what's trending on topics, some
what's
shows.
Popular, what we're loving.
What we like.
What we're obsessing over.
Yeah.
So that could be books, TV shows, news about Taylor Swift. We should. We'll
could be eventually about like football when the season comes.
Season. Yeah, just whatever we're loving at the moment. So perhaps it's what we're loving.
Yeah.
And right now, we're loving the summer I turned pretty. And as everyone knows, it's very divisive. And all the Team Conrad people are just like, I can't wait for the wedding. They're going to break up. Oh, also, hold on. Preface, do not listen now, starting actually 5 seconds ago, 20 seconds ago. If you have not watched The Summer I Turned Pretty, Season 3, Episode 8, skip ahead for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now, back to the episode. So all the Team Conrad people are like, I can't wait for them to break up in the wedding. It's going to be great. And I'm like, that's so sad and horrible. But also, we are Team Jeremiah. But also, the way it happens,
break someone up.
It's what was
like why I hate how people Team
so
Conrad
negative.
Are rooting for them to break up. Anytime when Belly was with Conrad for I was happy.
We're happy.
But obviously knew Jeremiah was like meant for her. Yeah. But I just hate how they're really ripping into their relationship.
Ripping into it, like I can't wait for it. But no one prepared us for how emotional that episode was. So the last episode we talked about, Conrad professed his love to Belly at the most inappropriate time. We know we talked about last episode, so go back to last episode. It was necessary, but timing was wrong.
Yeah.
So then Belly, tries to talk to Jeremiah. Jeremiah's drunk. So then the next episode starts where Belly wakes up. Belly goes to Jeremiah and tells him that night.
Yeah.
Like an hour, the next day. It's the next day, but it's their wedding night. No, it's the next day because she wakes up and then it's their wedding night. So that wedding night, she can't sleep. So they've gone to bed in separate bedrooms going, we're not going to see each other tomorrow. Yeah. It's bad for the wedding. So on the wedding, the night before their wedding, Belly goes into Jeremiah's bedroom. He's like, we're not meant to see each other. She's like, no, I need to talk to you. And he's like, what's going on? And then she was like, look, Conrad said he loved me last night. Like it was when I was waiting on the beach for you, Conrad came, yada, yada, yada. And then Jeremiah goes, no, like he can't do that. Like what and he
thought she was going to call off the wedding.
He jumped to the conclusion that she was going to leave him for her.
Well, because she did that
leave him for Conrad.
Yeah, but because she did it the first time. Remember her and Jeremiah kissing the pool, then she went to the beach, and then she kissed Conrad, and she decided to be with Conrad. Make up your mind. And it hurt Jeremiah's little heart.
So you could always tell he's on high alert, but Belly's like, don't worry. I told him, no, this can't happen. I don't want you. I'm marrying Jeremiah. So she drew the line in the sand. I was like, yes, Belly. Good job. But then obviously, so then they sleep. Belly wakes up on her wedding morning. Jer's gone.
Yeah.
Nowhere to be seen. And then Steven comes in being like, Belly, weren't you ready? Like we needed to be at the church, not the church. We needed to be at the venue an hour ago to run through details and get set up. And so you can go to the bridal suite. And then she's like, Jer's missing. And then Steven's like, oh, did you try calling him? And she's like, no, he's my fiance. Yeah. Don't you think that's the first thing I did? I'm not asking you.
I'm sure they watched the episode.
But anyway, now there's a point in me saying that because Steven was the first person to know about, and then Belly explained to Steven what happened, and he fully ripped into Conrad.
Also, I love this episode. Finally, people are communicating with one another.
And they're acknowledging the flaws of Conrad.
Yeah.
Like, literally, because this is why I mentioned Steven, because Steven's like, that prick, like, how dare he fuck with your brain like that? Like, how dare he mess with your feelings? Today's the day he's meant to let you go, marry someone else. It's like, how dare he put that thought in your head?
Oh, it's like he's going to be standing next to Jeremiah.
It's also the ultimate betrayal of your brother.
And, like, being the best man. Like, you're trying to steal the bride.
So I love how Steven he doesn't get mad at Belly, but he goes, oh, and then he talks to Conrad.
Yeah.
And he's literally like, you're meant to be standing up there as your brother's best man, and you're in love with the bride. Like, how messed up is that? I'm like, finally, someone's acknowledged that this is going to wreck them completely.
Yeah.
And then, Jared goes missing, so Conrad has to be the one to find him. Susanna wrote the letters for each of the children on their wedding day. So Laurel says, here's the letter, give it to Jer. And then Jer's missing, and then Conrad's, you know what? I screwed this up. I'm going to fix this.
Because he's all about fixing it.
Because he's all about making things right. But does he ever make things right?
He tries his best. I think that's the flaw in his character is like he thinks so
he's
much
doing right.
about others and what he wants to do what's right for everyone, but then in the end it doesn't. Oh, it isn't always the right thing.
I also think what he thinks is right for them isn't actually right for them, and you should let the person decide what's right for them.
Yeah, but he's just trying his best.
He's This Is Me Trying by Taylor Swift. He's messing everything up, but he just wants everyone to know this is me trying really hard. And that's why I can see why people are Team Conrad, because they're like, he's so misunderstood, because it's like he is trying, but he just isn't getting it right. He's not doing a very good job.
Yeah.
So Conrad finds Jeremiah. And also, there's probably a lot of other details. Me and Katie have bawled our eyes out by now, like 5 times. When Jer and Belly first see each other and they tell each other how much they love each other and how Jer is so excited to marry her, it's like Katie was already crying.
I was like bawling my eyes out the whole episode.
Like, then Jer runs away. Conrad finally finds him, hands him the letter. What was that?
Wait, you're yelling.
Oh, sorry. We said not to project our voice. Hands him the letter. He opens the letter and reads it. And they've already fought a little bit. Like they fist fight.
They tussle.
And he opens the letter. He reads the entire letter from top to bottom, which he didn't have to do. And then he realized, he says to Conrad, "This is yours." So he could have just saw the Dear Conrad and not read it. But he read the whole letter.
I bet he was drawn to probably certain
he wants to know. And that's the thing. Like, in the show, they show the certain words, and it's like, and even Jer says, the letter even said, "I've seen you in love before." Yeah. Like, and of course that was with Belly, and she was so happy. Suzanne was so happy she got the opportunity to see Conrad in love, and it almost insinuated, like, Susanna always thought that Belly and Conrad would get together, and that hurts.
Remember though in season 1, Susanna told Jer referred to Belly as like his sister one day.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both though, but because it's even also like she said to Conrad, "Oh, I can see how much you love Belly," and then she says to Jeremiah, "Oh, your little crush, you have a little crush on Belly," and then he's like, "No, I freaking love her." Yeah, like, like his feelings. Even though Susanna did see how much and actually no, she did acknowledge. She did say, "Oh, you have a crush on her still," because everyone thought that's all it was. But even Jer said, then Susanna realizes, like, you always notice everything about Belly. He's like, "I know how to make Belly happy." Yeah. And that was
he knows what she loves.
He knows what she loves, and he loves her.
It's the whole, best friends.
It's the whole best friend thing. Like, it's like, you know that person like the back of your hand. And all Jer wanted in that moment was to hear some encouraging words from his mother. Because he's already, unsure if this wedding's going to happen because he's worried about Conrad and Belly. And this information. And also the fact that Belly didn't tell him straight away. Once again, it's 2 situations that she hasn't been honest straight away. She's waited.
Which probably makes him why did she wait if it doesn't mean anything?
Yes, exactly. So, we bawled our eyes out because we're like, poor Jer, he just needs someone to hug him and tell him everything's okay.
He needs someone just in his corner, backing him up.
Yeah, because Conrad's not backing him up. Conrad's betraying him. Yeah. Steven is angry at Conrad, but isn't close enough to Jer to actually console him.
Yeah, and Steven got his own things going on.
Yeah, he was also with Denise. And then the whole Taylor thing, I hated how he then started yelling at Belly and protecting Taylor.
That's how you can tell though, because he loves Taylor. I know,
but I was like, not on her wedding day. Girl's hurt. Steven, you stood up for her 5 seconds ago, and then you're going to go and yell at her for being mean to her friend. Yeah. When her friend, Taylor, people said they liked, Team Conrad people said they liked the fact that Taylor went and said, "I don't think you should marry Jared today." But it's once again, it's the same deal as Conrad. Why would you be supportive up until the day?
I think Taylor is that overprotective person, though, because she saw Belly cry herself to sleep about the whole Conrad Jared situation. She's probably worried, are you making the right choice if you were crying yourself to sleep 2 nights ago?
But I also think she should have said, "I support you, but I think you're not ready." I feel like you need to take a moment and figure out, instead of saying don't marry Jared, she should have think how about Belly, you've been really upset the last few days. I feel like you need to step back and really think about what you want. Yeah. Instead, she's trying to tell her what she wants. Yeah. Taylor's trying to go, you don't want Jerry, you want Conrad. It's no, it's a bit more complicated than that. So basically, we just bawled our eyes out. And the bit where then Conrad also got Susanna's ring. for Belly.
Yeah.
That was emotional. But then it never happened.
So yeah, like
how did you feel about that episode?
I could not stop crying.
Yeah.
Still thinking about it. I think the most emotional part was just thinking about it makes me want to cry. But it's like when Belly and Jer finally see each other, and Belly, Jer asks like, "Do you still love Conrad? Because like I can't be with you," sort of thing. But she's like, "I love you, but there's always a part of me that's gonna love Conrad, but I love you way more." And like she says, "I choose you. Like I want to be with you." And the fact for Jerry, like, because he felt obviously like second choice, like he can't accept that. But it's hard because they both love each other so much.
But they
can't. Both wanted it
so bad.
But it's also like not right for them. Like, Jerry doesn't want to feel like second choice. Belly can't let go of Conrad. And it's just so heart-gut-wrenching. And that's where I like, I was already crying before that, but that's where like I lost it. I felt stabbed in the heart.
It was also, you could tell so hard in another universe they'd be together and it'd be so easy.
Yes.
But it's also like all Conrad had to do, or all Belly had to do was say, "I choose you, I love you, I'll forget Conrad." And she couldn't.
Because
I know.
two people.
I know, but it's also like, it's also sad for Jeremiah that wasn't enough because he wants her whole heart. But it's also like you could tell Belly had given so much to their relationship with Jer, but even Jer could sense something was missing. And when he says, "You've never looked at
the way
you look at him,"
because then he noticed, especially at the rehearsal dinner, how they always catch eyes, and Jared noticed it every single time.
I think it's because she also avoids looking at him, and the whole how she didn't tell him about Christmas, and that's why he went to Cabo. And like he wasn't going to go to Cabo.
Yeah, and he wouldn't have cheated on. Cheated on.
Well, he didn't cheat. They broke up, but he would have. Like, imagine if they had their little argument was so minute, but what would have happened if he turned and said, "Hey, I knew you saw Conrad at Christmas. Dad told me Conrad was in Cousins. You told me you're in Cousins. Why did you lie?"
Yeah.
But it's also like everyone was blaming Jer, but they could have broken up right then and there just because of Belly.
Yeah.
Like, talk about accountability. Like, everyone's saying Jer's the one cheated. It's all Jer's fault. It's like, no, Belly, like, low-key emotionally cheated.
Yeah, well, the fact that you felt guilty in hiding it for it, obviously, it's something.
But it also says that it isn't right. But it's so heartbreaking when two people and obviously they're fictional characters, but we feel like they're real people.
Well, also at that age, like, you're still really young. Like, for some people, like, in that time, like, being, like, your early 20s.
When I was in my early 20s, I thought my first boyfriend I was going to marry.
And, like, of course, if you're committed to someone, you kind of want to,
you want
make it work. But sometimes at that point of your life, if you want different things, like, it's just not always going to work.
And it's also sad, too, because, like, Jeremiah, he wanted to give Belly all the things. That's why he got the job. He was going to put aside his future because the previous episode, Conrad goes, "What are you doing? Why are you working at Dad's thing? This isn't you." And he's like, my future is unclear, but all I know is I want Belly.
Yeah, and he wants to be able to, like,
and he wants to make those sacrifices for her, which is also, like, which is why Laurel says this is why you shouldn't get married, because you should live your own life.
Yeah.
And they see that, but it's just, and then also, then Belly goes to the airport. Oh. And Conrad's there. And the thing is, everything is so messed up, because she said to Conrad, "You need to leave. I don't want to see your face."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Come on, Belly, like, it's your wedding day." She's like, "No, like, get the F out of here." It's like, she's now going to go to Paris. He cannot follow her. It's like, bro, keep your distance. And I also still have no idea how the heck are they going to get together.
Well, did you see in the trailer, though, like, he writes her a letter?
Yeah, which I can see that because I reckon she goes to Paris for months.
Yeah, and I think she's going to, like,
no
not
contact
no
contact with either of the boys. She's going to go to Paris. And it's going to be, he writes a letter, like, apologizing for everything, and they rekindle.
Yeah, and probably, like, still confessing his
love there's again. Still, and we talked about this last time, we talked about this privately, there's still, sorry if this is a spoiler, if you don't want to know anything about anything I've seen about the next episode, skip ahead. Okay. In the online, before season 3 even released, they showed a clip of filming. When they filmed, they showed a clip of the actor Gavin playing Jeremiah hugging Belly, Lola, while she was holding a suitcase in a scenery that looked like Paris. So in filming, people saw, oh, they started filming Summer I Turned Pretty. I spotted it in this location. Were they actually in Paris? No, but a lot of times they film different cities.
They make it look like
like Paris. And they said it kind of gave like Paris kind of vibes. And they basically said like they were hugging. So it's like, my predictions is like, is Jeremiah going to go and fight for her? And she's like, no. And then Conrad writes this letter. She returns to Philadelphia. She looks at finishing college. And then Conrad suddenly goes, I regret everything.
Or is she going to, I don't know if it's too late, but is she going to study abroad? Like, is that
That's what I mean. There? I think she'll go for months. But I don't know if she'll study, like, I don't know.
Or she'll come back.
But there's going to be a lot of moving pieces, and we only have 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was an emotional roller coaster. We feel empathetic for Jer. All he wanted was some reassurance, and he didn't get any. Yeah. Conrad also alienated himself from everyone he loves. Like, Jer's not going to speak to him. Steven's angry.
Steven called out Conrad as well. Like, where have
you
4
been?
years you've been nowhere, and like it broke Steven. Like, he's like, like, I thought we were friends.
And it also broke Jer. Jer's like, you've betrayed me. You've been in love with my girl. You haven't even been here, and you're pine. Like, people don't
been
realize,
on the other side of the country.
Like, literally, who pines over someone you haven't seen for 4 years?
And like no contact. Like, even like in the early episodes when Belly picked up the phone, like Jeremiah's phone and Conrad's calling. It was awkward. You can see.
So awkward.
Besides Christmas.
And episode 1 where they have the memorial and he picks up Belly. I'm like, this is all the Conrad girlies are like, that's so cute. It's like, no, if I hadn't seen my ex in 2 years and they came and gave me a hug and spun me around, I'd be like, put me down. I don't know you.
Yeah, you can be such a completely different person.
And Conrad just, to me, he's so like flaky, but he seems so fake when he's not himself, which is when he's not with Belly.
I think he's still discovering who he is. I think
that's what I mean.
There's a lot of confusion.
But
he's
you can
figuring
tell
it
how
out.
socially awkward he is with the whole situation. Yeah. And that's good acting on Chris. Like, Chris is playing the part well. But it's like, I don't know how it's going to happen. But we only got 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
So it's got to happen fast. And I think there's going to be another time jump. I think like Belly will be in Paris. It'll probably be half the episode of her Parisian life. And then it'll be like she's been here for 6 months. Bam, bada bing, bada boom.
Not prepared though.
But yeah, that consumes a lot of our brain. It's our Roman Empire.
Yeah, currently.
And we've discussed it so many times. But Katie bawled over it, discussed it. Even talking about it, Katie just keeps crying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's that. We'll change gears now to today's episode.
Okay, get a beverage.
Ooh, what beverage?
My Coke.
Podcast, we always need a beverage.
So today's episode is continuing talking about our health journey, but more specifically about like body image, body dysmorphia, how we navigated it in our life, where did it all start. So let Emma take it away.
Okay.
Kind of your journey.
So my journey with body image, I think I was always aware of my body and the size since a small child. I was just your regular child, but I was very tall. I was like probably the largest child. Like, not necessarily in our family, but going to school, I noticed I was just bigger than the other kids. And that was because I was tall. Also genetics, you can see we have big shoulders. I had really big thighs, which I still do. And I had a bit of a tummy. Every doctor I went to always said, you're overweight. And from a very young age, I was made aware of my body, my weight, like my physical weight, like my BMI, which we know now is a load of rubbish. But back then, you go to the doctor, what do? They weigh you, they measure you, they track it on a chart. I was always off the chart for height and weight. So even though my height was taller, they would still say, you're overweight. So that I was always very self-conscious of, like, you know, especially we did a lot of swimming, so constantly being in a bathing suit. We were very active kids, like we said in the last episode, but just always being aware that I had a tummy and I had my legs rubbed together, kind of always got to me. And that carried through in like middle school. But as I grew, I did like stretch out. I mean, that's what mom said. She was like, you'll grow and then your weight will be, you know, what's the word?
Like
more
your body composition.
Proportionate.
Yeah, more in proportion.
Like you'll grow and you'll be better in proportion. You'll have less of a tummy. You'll lose your body fat as a teenager kind of thing. Which I guess was kind of true. I always thought I was bigger than I was. So like hindsight's amazing. Like I look back at photos when I was 8 and I'm like, I just look like a normal child. But in my head at the time, 8, I thought I was a whale.
Yeah, it's so
like those
sad.
were the thoughts I had from age 8.
Yeah, I remember you'd always talk about yourself, and you would refer to yourself as like a beach whale.
Yeah,
like
but
from like to me from like a 10-year-old.
And it's hard because
12-year-old.
like generational trauma is a thing, and mom didn't mean it when she said it because she didn't like being called those things when she was a kid. But mom would say, "Oh, look at that watermelon tummy."
Yeah.
Oh, look, or you're gonna wear a tankini. So to cover your watermelon tummy so you feel a bit more confident.
Yeah.
Which is like she was trying to help me. But it's those like words. And it's not her fault for saying those things. It was just the doctor was saying you need to watch your weight. So mom's going, Emma, we need to like eat slower. Like, she would comment on what I ate, what I did.
And she'd always kind of look at what you were eating in portion size. But kind of fixated on yours because obviously the doctor said so. But like when it came to me and our brother, like mom didn't care.
Well, you guys seemed perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
Like you were at healthy weights, so it was like you guys are good. Put all my energy on making sure Emma's healthy.
Yeah.
Crazy, like as a kid being told you're unhealthy.
Yeah, and you're
like I know child obesity is a thing, and it's probably worse now than we were kids. But saying to this kid, "You're unhealthy," it needs to be. It was just like,
and who plays sport, really active.
It's viewed as it's a problem. You need to fix it.
Yeah.
And mom just wanted to fix it so she had a happy and healthy child.
Yeah.
So it's no shade on her. It's just that's the society we grew up in.
I think, the education around certain things was probably lacking. And
yeah. Well, they calculated your BMI and they graphed it on a chart.
They probably still do that. Like, as nutritionists, we still work off of BMI, but we don't always tell people because we know it's not the most
you take
accurate.
it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Then
they're
that's
like
the only
hardcore.
indicator. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And there's other ways to calculate stuff that uses like the height.
So yeah, that was the big thing. Yeah. Played a lot of sports. So yeah, when I was like 13, at the time I still felt like 12, 13, I grew a lot more. I pretty much had always tried to lose weight. So I think I would always weigh myself. I can't remember like what I would eat or if we tried like diets that's the thing with diet culture. I don't even remember where it started because it started so young.
Yeah, well, because also to our parents at times were like,
they would go
themselves and try to lose weight, but make it like to have a supportive way, or family oriented. Okay, we're all gonna be eating this way because that's also what's easy when you're cooking.
I remember being 10 and going, we're gonna quit sugar for 3 months. No one's gonna eat sugar.
That was later. It was before we moved here.
So when I was like
right 12,
13.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was things like that. So like when I was 12, I think age 12, 13, I think when I was exposed to intentionally eating a certain way to lose weight. And I think I did. So like as a teenager, I was growing. Like once I grew, I was able to lose some weight and be really healthy. I was playing field hockey, so I was doing a lot of running, burning a lot of energy. Let's just put it that way. I focused on school. And also in the American school, you only had one lunch break and it was 25 minutes. So I would eat, like my relationship with food was good because I'd eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, have an after school snack, have dessert, breakfast, lunch, after school set and dinner. And that was all. Like I was too busy to eat in excess necessarily.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of so a lot of things. But yeah, just being like I can't even remember when I first started losing weight, but I reckon like 12, 13 was around the time. And I think I did lose a bit of weight and I did feel good about myself. Like I could start wearing like a bikini to the pool. I didn't feel confident to wear a bikini, but I tried. I did. Like at first mom was like, if you're going to wear a bikini, you have to wear it confident. You can't cross your arms and cover your tummy. But I just never had an exposed tummy.
Well, also for the longest time, we weren't allowed to wear bikinis as like a kid.
Our parents were like very much like you couldn't wear a bikini until you're older because like I can see why because that like it's inappropriate for a little kid to wear a bikini. That's just their tradition. Like we should be covered up until you're older, I guess. I got my first bikini at like age 12 and I was excited about that because it felt cool.
Yeah.
But but it also revealed my biggest insecurity, which was my stomach. So having the confidence to wear it and rock it, I eventually had, but it was hit and miss. When I wore the bikini, I was very aware of my body.
Also, it's crazy just how at a young age, like,
yeah,
where insecurities form.
Yeah, like age 12 insecure about age 8 I was insecure
I
about my
know, like,
stomach.
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't even know where it comes from. Like, it's so far long ago. Like, don't even know where it comes from. But yeah, so then we moved to Australia. And yeah, like, I don't even think I was very aware of my weight. Like, I did weigh myself and I'd be happy if it was lighter. But when you're a kid, it's like, you don't really focus on weight, but it was what I looked like.
Well, yeah, because when you're a kid and you're going through, like, development, it's not as...
the numbers change all the time.
Important because you're growing.
You're growing, exactly. But also, I stopped growing at age 13. So I think that's when it really impacts you, because when you stop growing, if you don't watch your diet, that's when I just, like, gain fat. Like, our metabolism in our family, like, very sensitive. Like, you know, there's some people that are just fit and skinny and they'll stay that way and they're at a healthy weight and it's easy. And it's like, but for me, it's like I actually do have to watch what I eat to maintain a healthy weight.
Yeah.
And being a kid, that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, to like go to a friend's house and, you know, they can eat all the junk in the world and it not really do much to their health. And then being someone, if I go and eat junk food all the time, it does show.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is hard, and just like thinking like, why am I different to everyone else, also, and realizing that.
Also, in the long term, I feel like it is kind of a blessing in disguise, though, because then you actually look after yourself a bit better. Yeah. But it does suck as a child when you're supposed to just be, you know, doing kid things and not necessarily having to worry about additional stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't really know where it started, but yeah, I think when we moved to Australia, then, you know, changing countries, big thing. So we were eating a lot of takeaway, a lot of pizza, cooking a lot of like easy meals, but it was fine, it was good. And then yeah, I guess in high school, like the goal in the background though, I would eat whatever the family made and eat normal food. But then in the back of my head, the goal was still always to lose weight. But yeah, I guess I didn't really purposefully try. Like, I always focused on losing weight from a mindset of, because we always like from exercise.
Yeah.
Like, I need to exercise to work it off.
And I think that's what a lot of people think as well when you're in that insecure mindset, is like, I need to exercise more, I need to do more to get it off, you know, exactly. Burn the calories.
It comes back to, the problem was I was overweight, I needed to fix it. So what's the solution? Exercise. I didn't look at what I was eating, because also, excuse me, once again, as a family, I was a teenager, and as a family, like, I'd fix my own breakfast each morning.
Pack your own lunch.
Pack my own lunch,
which
was
had
always leftover. Salad and leftovers.
Yeah.
And then dinner was always like broccoli, broccoli, chicken and rice, buttered chicken, chicken enchiladas, tacos.
Yeah. And we always made things like home-cooked meals.
Yeah, it was always home-cooked meals. Besides, when we were really busy, it might be pizza once a month or things like that. So we were eating balanced meals as a family, and I was eating the right amount of food. So I guess my one thing was like, okay, I need to exercise. So I joined the gym and like tried to exercise, but I was never super consistent. But yeah, I guess it was, yeah, besides in America when we all quit, when our parents dieted and they just said, we'll just do it as a family, or we'll go paleo, or and that's the thing, we've done paleo as a family. We've done no sugar, we've done keto, we've done, or my parents did keto, but we naturally ate lower carb meals because they weren't necessarily cooking us up tons of carbs.
Yeah, so like if we fix ourselves some food, we would have the carbs, but for dinners.
What it meant was we weren't eating regular pasta because mom and dad wasn't eating pasta, so they weren't buying pasta. We'd have things like tacos, or we would have a meal where you could have rice, or mom and dad would opt out of the rice.
Yeah.
Or you can have sweet potato, but they'll have just avocado and chicken. So it was kind of like we were eating very whole foods. And that was good. Like, we all felt good doing that. But it was just that introduction to diet culture of, you know,
restricting food.
Restricting food groups. Like, there was a time, especially, I guess, like just restricting food groups. Like when Katie had a sensitivity to gluten. Mom's like, okay, we're all going to go gluten-free, dairy-free. Yeah. Which was fine at the time to be supportive. But it's like we did that on and off for probably like 10 years.
Years.
And it never stuck. It was like, do it for 3 months, eat whatever we want for 3 months.
Also because the whole point as well with my gluten stuff, because I'm not celiac and it was like an intolerance of sensitivity, they're like, you do an elimination diet for like 6 to 8 weeks and you cut it out and then you reintroduce it, and if you feel fine you eat it. So like I felt fine sometimes afterwards, so then we'd have it back. But then if I got sick again or was put off it, it was like, okay, let's take it back out. Or then we tried paleo, which is naturally gluten-free.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And then also, so in high school, I was very like going to the gym, basically from like played like inter-school sport. Like we would be at the gym. I would go to the gym and it was like I want to fix this. I want to be smaller. It wasn't even I want to be fit and strong either. It was I want to lose weight. I want to look better. I didn't know what looking better meant. I know what that means to me now.
Yeah.
But I had no idea, like, what is, like, I just thought exercise was burning calories. I know so much more now. It's crazy. Like, I just exercise. Like, sometimes it'd just be an elliptical.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes. Oh, great. I've burnt 200 calories.
Like, yeah, that's great. And that's going to make a huge difference.
And it was that mindset, I'm going to burn off what I ate.
Yeah.
And once again, it's like a generational trauma societal thing. It's like, oh, that's worth 300 calories. You want to eat that chocolate that's 300 calories? You better, walk for an hour to burn off 300 calories. Like, people were calculating how much exercise they had to do to deserve or work off or work for the meal they're about to have that they haven't even had yet. And it's also like, obviously, to society and cultures after Christmas, you got to work off the Christmas weight.
The whole like New Year's resolution that revolves around
every single
fitness.
year. I have the same New Year's resolution: lose weight.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I wasn't strategically trying to lose weight. Like, not, like what I mean is like,
you weren't educated.
I wasn't educated, so I'm just
it.
throwing shit out of the wall. I'm just exercising and seeing if it works. Not really much of a change. So like, I probably just lived maybe a good, 8 or 9 years of my childhood just hating my body, trying so hard to fix it, and nothing, and I didn't know how. Which is actually kind of sad if I think about it. Like, it makes me want to cry.
Yeah, it is sad.
Like, I just hated my body for a lot of my childhood and teenage years. And felt kind of insecure, and I always felt like I looked different to everyone else. Like, I felt like, and I look back, and I didn't. Like, that's the thing. I looked back when I played field hockey. I had a muffin top, and I was so self-conscious under my uniform. Like, when you have a shirt and it sticks to your lower tummy.
Yeah, or sometimes get like
I was really insecure. I played field hockey. We literally had practice 5 days a week. We had games twice a week. Like, Monday to Friday, basically, was field hockey every day. So practice was like 2 hours long. I was insecure about my tummy touching my shirt. About my tummy clinging, my shirt clinging to my jersey.
Like,
clinging
it's not
to my
loose
tummy.
fitting.
I look back at photos. When I was in middle school playing field hockey with my best friend, there's this one photo that's really cute of us that I really love. And at the time, I liked the photo, but I hated that my stomach was touching the shirt. I look back on that photo now and I go, we look so cute. That was such a great time. I don't care.
About the body.
I fully had body dysmorphia. I fully convinced myself I was fat and I looked fat. And also, I convinced myself, like, in my head, I was twice the size that I actually was. Like, in my head, my tummy was this big. My tummy was this big.
Yeah.
Like, your mind, like, exacerbates it because you feel so, like, embarrassed and upset and ashamed.
Yeah, I think it's like the emotion that's attached to it that
is.
makes it seem way more than what it is.
Yeah, and it was just crazy, like, how it made you feel. And it's like, I didn't know how to fix it, so I just kept feeling that way. And I kept trying to fix it, and I kept feeling that way. And then it wasn't probably until I was like 18, where I actually, 18, 19, where I actually strategically, like, got into tracking food and all that kind of stuff, where I started to lose weight.
So for me, obviously, like, growing up till a certain age, like, I was, as a young kid, didn't have any issues like Emma did, because I was always at a healthy weight. Never had any weight issues. The one thing, though, when it came to body image, the first kind of shock was, so I hit puberty, like, I got my period at age 11, and that's when we like just moved here. And by a year after being here, so when I was 12, my jeans like didn't fit me anymore. And mom was like, it's okay, you're like developing into a womanly figure body. Like, you know, you're getting hips.
Which also when you're 12, you don't want that. Like,
no, and I was like, oh gosh,
you
Mom, no.
You feel like it's too soon. You're the first of your friends. Because I had pretty much the same experience. You're the first out of all your friends, and you don't want it to happen because, once again, that makes you different to everyone else.
Yeah. I remember having like anxiety over having my period and then having to like miss out on swimming, but that's a whole different story. But it was like my jeans not fitting. All the clothes that we brought from America, like I began, like my height didn't change very much. Like between that age, I did grow like an extra like 2 inches, but at that time, I was the same height. My weight didn't really change very much. I think it was just my body changing that slight bit. And I remember like feeling, like mom reassured me a little bit, but what she said, like I was literally like, no, like, no, mom, no, that's like embarrassing. That's the thing.
It does feel embarrassing. It feels like when you're still a child and you're told you have a woman's body.
You're like, I'm 12 years old.
Can we just talk about
I'm in primary school.
Puberty and adolescence is just a rough time.
I'm like, I am in primary school. Not even in high school. You're telling me I have a womanly figure?
It's like I'm still a child.
Yeah, anyway, so my jeans stopped fitting. All my clothes that we brought here, it was really sad because I liked those clothes, but that was the first time where I was like, oh, I got over it really quickly though once I got new clothes. Like, it was like, okay, I'm still like growing. So
also, it was like, for you, it was like, great, this is the first time in my life I get brand new clothes.
Yeah, so that was like all right, but that was the first time that actually like my clothes not fitting like my jeans, I felt very uncomfortable with. But then like fast forward, so all throughout high school, I didn't have any really body image issues. I was very active. I would say like, I was always at a nice weight. Like I was between like 60 to 65 kilos.
I also think you, out of all of us as a child, had like health beliefs. It was so weird. It was like, she's like a little kid that just has all these ideas that were like, where the heck did this come from? But she loved doing yoga and stretching and meditation and breathing. And I'm going to bake healthy banana bread, or not even to be healthy, but just because
I liked it.
She wanted to do something.
I was the first child. So I'm the youngest. So it's Ella and then our brother. When mom and dad introduced salad to us, I was the first child to like salad. It was just called lettuce and ranch dressing, but I was the first one to like and try salad.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. You're like the fresh child. You want all the healthy, fresh, and it's like, did I just not get the same taste genes as you? Like, I love chicken nuggets and hot dogs, and Katie's over here eating salad.
Yeah, and
like,
also too.
Like, what human being, yet alone a child, likes salad?
Also, I was like a 12 or even 14-year-old, like when we went out, I would sometimes order a salad. Yeah. And it was like, give me the chicken parmy.
We would order pizza. Like, and Katie's like, I'd just rather order a chicken salad.
Not always.
No, sometimes though. You get Caesar salad from Seasons, and it was delicious.
It was really good.
It was the best salad.
I would have both.
You'd have both, but it was the best salad. But I'm like, nah, give me a whole pizza, and I'm good. Like, it's just wild. It's like, did you come out that way? Like, I honestly think she did, and that's why
the whole yoga thing is interesting.
It explains a lot. Like, now you want to be a nutritionist. Like, you've always had an interest in health, but in a very holistic, healthy manner. So sorry, that was a bit of a sidebar, but I was just like, it is just part of who you are.
Yeah.
Whereas I froth dessert. I love chicken nuggets.
Dessert though.
I know, but like, as a kid, my nutrition was hot dogs and chicken nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, mine wasn't.
I was a very picky eater.
Mine wasn't many different besides, when you were still a bit picky, I was a bit more open to trying some things.
But I still ate vegetables.
But we ate pretty similar things.
Pretty similar. Pretty good. Yeah.
Anyway, fast forward to high school, I was pretty good. My only thing would be more of my relationship with food. But my body image, I was happy with my weight. I felt confident. I felt good in my own skin. Like, I've had friends that were insecure or had weight issues and would be very supportive of wanting to support them, and kind of identified like, hey, I can see you're struggling with this, maybe you should like get help. But in myself, I was confident. It probably wasn't until 2021.
Yeah, going back to high school and friends, I like Katie mentioned we ate packed salad because we were trying to be healthy, not eat gluten, lose weight, that kind of thing. Well, I was trying to lose weight, so I was eating salad every day. Some days I'd froth that salad and people would go like, "Oh my gosh, that salad dressing smells so good, looks so good." But then other people go, "You're eating a salad."
I had the same thing.
And it never affected me, but outside of high school, I've had friends later down the track going, that person commenting on your salad every day really, like other people were telling, like it didn't affect my mindset on food, but someone told me, oh, that person that constantly commented on your salad, I was then self-conscious to eat in front of people. And I think high school, like disordered eating, especially now I work as a teacher, is so common around teenage girls where they don't want to eat in front of each other. They get really uncomfortable. People are commenting on what you eat. And high school's just like a nasty place with people who have zero filters.
Yeah, for me, anytime I looked at lunch, it'd either be like, oh, that's like, a lot of times it was compliments, luckily for me. No. But, oh, that's really good. But again, I sometimes felt embarrassed to like, take out my container, or pour my salad dressing on it.
Especially when we were little kids, we'd have your classic lunchbox, a sandwich, a piece of fruit. But when we stopped eating gluten, we no longer had like a wrap and a bag of chips. Yeah. It became, I have a thermos with buttered chicken curry. Yeah, and broccoli.
And that makes you, again, it's like
it makes different. You weird. It makes you different. It makes you stand out. And people would ask me, people ask me, why are you eating that? It's like, it's my lunch.
It's delicious.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, the whole thing, I think it's the whole like
I don't have to
thinking around with schools and packing lunch boxes of like lunch food, as in like viewing food as, oh, you need like sandwich, like to take to school and stuff. But it can be just any food.
And especially I know this, like obviously we can't really talk too much about this because we're white. But I know a lot of people with different cultural backgrounds, it becomes really obvious that they don't eat Western meals. Yeah. So like I remember having people at school that they would have rice for most of their meals. Yeah. And people would go, oh, you're Asian, so you have rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, and it's like, how mean is that? Like we need to be accepting of people, and food is just so different for every family, every culture, everyone's health beliefs, and we need to be accepting of everyone's food and their choices.
100%.
And it's like, I think that's a really tough bit in high school where you're under this microscope where everyone's watching everything you do.
Yeah, it's a rough time.
And they point out differences, not because they're trying to be mean, but because it's different.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, that's kind of the sidebar because that also eating salad every day. Some days I would absolutely hate eating salad at school, but I did that because I thought it's what was healthy and what will help me lose weight. Yeah. So then, when I graduated high school, started going to the gym more consistently, tracked food, and I started losing weight, like a lot of weight. Like I think between the age of 18 and 19, I think I lost like 10 kilos like over 10 kilos.
But the sad part is, like it wasn't, because you always wanted to lose weight. There was never like an achievement, like, oh, I did it. Like it was just kept on.
It was I have a goal weight and I'm not going to stop till I get down to that goal weight. And I realized my goal weight was 63 kilos. And let's just put in mind, I'm 5'7".
Also, at this time, I'm 5'4". At that time, when Emma said 63, I weighed 65 kilos.
Yeah, so Katie was healthy looking. Ish.
I'd say
5'5" and 65 kilos. I'm taller than her, and I wanted to be 63 kilos. I didn't stop, and also it became gratifying. I finally started losing weight. I finally felt like I could wear a bikini, like I deserved it. I finally also got validation from others. Oh my gosh, you look so amazing. You've lost weight.
You got so many compliments
boys started
about it.
Like boys started flirting with me when I didn't. I was so like,
whoa,
I've never had a boy even be interested in me whatsoever. I had attention from males. I had attention from people I went to high school with that never even looked in my direction. Yeah. And suddenly all these people were complimenting me. Wow, you look so good. And it wasn't directly about my body, but it's the wow, you look so good. Or that outfit looks so good.
It was about your appearance.
It was about my appearance and how my clothes were fitting me. And then obviously that becomes addicting. And you keep going, you keep pushing until you get to that goal weight. And at the time, I also thought the goal was to have a flat stomach because I thought that was humanly possible. No one told me that you're meant to have fat around your organs. That a flat stomach for most people is not achievable because you have reproductive organs for females that need fat to cushion it.
And also it's like it's not healthy if you do get that shredded or like flat.
Exactly. And at this stage I was on the pill too. So I didn't have I was on the pill, so I didn't have the blueprint of having a healthy period as a indicator of your health. Because a lot of women, once they lose a lot of weight, they lose their period. I was on the pill. So I was having artificial hormones anyway.
Yeah.
So I had no idea that this was not healthy. And people around me, like, it wasn't many people. People were still saying, wow, you look so good. I felt so confident. Like, especially when I was, like, in a relationship, like, I would joke around being like, oh, we're medium fit. And people would be like, you're medium fit? Like, you're really fit. But I still thought I was fat. Or, like, I'd still compare myself. Yeah. And I had full-on body dysmorphia where I kept getting smaller and smaller. Yeah. And then 2 people said, I can see your rib cage, Emma, I'm concerned, and you're withering away. You need to eat more.
Also, on that note with Emma's body dysmorphia, I literally remember the time, like many, many times, but Emma would be trying on an outfit or in the bathroom together. Emma literally goes, I look so fat or I look like this. And I literally got so mad at her because I was like, Emma, you look great. You are I was like so fired up and frustrated because I'm like, how do you think this is? Because at that time we were very close. I think you were like, we were almost the same weight. And I'm like, if you're saying you're fat, I literally put it on her. Then I said, then you're calling me fat. But then she goes, no.
I think it's because you get, I'm getting choked up. I'm not going to cry. Yeah. It's like when you're told your whole life you're fat.
Yeah.
When you're not, you still don't believe it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was so mean to myself. And it's like, it's a mental illness. Like, it actually is.
Yeah. And I remember it just like broke my heart from that outside perspective because I'm like, finally you are like close to that weight you're going to be or we're considered quote unquote healthier, and like this is anytime you would talk about it, you're there, but it's like you didn't even realize that you
it's that idea that you hit one goal, you go to the next, you don't even celebrate it, and that's how body dysmorphia happens. Because I didn't even realize I finally had the body I wanted, but it wasn't enough, and I took it to that extreme and like we talked about in the last podcast episode, I was eating like 1,200 to 1,400 calories. On a high day, it was like 1,600 if I went out to eat with friends or we ordered pizza. Yeah. But it was that binge restrict cycle. But it was all of our knowledge on nutrition was you want to lose weight, eat less. But no one told you you're only meant to eat less for a deficit of 12 weeks. Yeah. No one explained to me how my metabolism worked. What even is metabolism? Because people think metabolism is just if you have a fast metabolism, you're skinny. It's like, no. You have to train your metabolism, and years and years of dieting and under eating wrecks your metabolism. Like you can actually build a faster metabolism and a way that your body processes more food without gaining weight. But I just thought more food equals I'm going to gain weight. Yeah. So less means I'm going to lose weight. And how it's just so sad how detrimental that is on your long-term health. Because I'm now experiencing the detriment. I have insulin resistance. Like I have the opposite end of the spectrum where it's really hard to maintain a weight at all. Yeah. Because of my issues. And that can come from all of those behaviors. And I'm not blaming myself, but it's really having a good mindset about nutrition and food long term. You can eat consistently. You can have a consistent mindset towards food. It's not having all this up-down adverse effects on you're not wrecking your metabolism. Yeah. And a lot of lifestyle diseases, you'll be able to talk about this more from your knowledge, comes from having a poor metabolism, like obesity, like not obesity, but a lot of lifestyle diseases are coming from people's eating habits.
Yeah, or sometimes it's like metabolic health, like a lot a lot of chronic disease, nutrition does play a role, or how you eat and the timing of food and the distribution of food and having carbs and fats and proteins all play a role. Like it does affect your health.
And I'll also say, I was still educated on protein, carbs, and fats and how to divvy up your plate. But that's not the be all and end all of education. That's only 5% of it.
Also, it's like, is that effective way of, like, if you're only getting that bit of education, it's not really effective, or are you actually going to implement it? And if you do, it might not be.
But I'd also say that's the education 95% of human beings get. That's all they get.
Yeah, because
until they have a lifestyle disease, until they have PCOS.
It's not taught anywhere. Like, I feel like nutrition, obviously I'm very passionate about it because I'm studying it and very close to becoming a clinical nutritionist, but yeah, it's not enough people are educated on the ins and outs of it, because there's a lot to it. It's very individualized to the person. Yeah,
so I think that way of eating just wasn't healthy, and I had body dysmorphia, and it took me 2 years later to realize, once I started gaining weight, once I started gaining weight, I'm fat. I'm getting fat. Why can't I maintain this? And then eventually I looked back and went, actually, I was too skinny. Actually, now that I'm 70 kilos and I'm gaining muscle because I'm eating more, I look healthy. You can actually see my eyeballs, and I'm not just a skull.
Yeah.
I have light in my eyes. I have light in my face.
Yeah.
But it's also hard because as that weight gain happened and I looked healthier, I felt more unhealthy because of my PCOS.
So for me, flash forward to 2021, being like 19, 20 years old, that was the first time I started to gain weight. But however, the start of the weight gain was actually me going to the gym consistently and gaining muscle. And I think I lacked the education because the scale weight never really changed for me, and it went up by like 5 kilos in a certain few months. I literally thought I was fat because I was 70 kilos. And when I looked back on pictures, I'm like, no, I just have now biceps, and like I literally had abs as well. Like, I looked muscular.
Also, going back to clothes not fitting, like t-shirts would always be tight around our arms, our shoulders. We'd have to, like, you basically as a child, or not even a child, a teenager in high school, you would get so annoyed that you'd have to up a size just for your shoulders.
Yeah, so my school uniform, I had to be a size like 14 or 16 when I wear a size 8.
And also I think as a teenager too, I don't care what clothing size I was, but it was always a goal. I want to be a size 8 to 10. Or I want to be a size 12.
I think my thing was, I didn't necessarily want to be that size, but I was almost embarrassed when, say you had to order like a size shirt, and I literally say, oh, I need like a size 14.
It was
but I had to like almost say, but it's because of my shoulder. Like if I just said that loud, I'm like, well, I'm a size 8, but because of my shoulders. Like I literally had to justify
what's wrong with being a size 14?
I know.
Like literally. And it's like, when you're in high school and even a young adult, it's like you think the size number matters.
Yeah.
Like I'd be embarrassed to shop at a store with friends. Like I would be embarrassed to shop with friends and go, oh, I'm not going to try that. Looking for your size, or I'm not going to try this one because I know it's not going to fit and I don't want to do that in front of my friends.
Yeah.
Like when I was a teenager, shopping was so stressful. And it even is now. Like there's plenty of times where I nearly cry at the shops because nothing fits.
Yeah, it's hard.
Or the right size. It's hard to find something. Even when I was a smaller size, a size 12 everywhere fits so differently. And especially, the shoulders, the arms, the legs.
Yeah, so for me, when I started back to like when I was gaining weight in muscle, and it was literally just from constantly going to the gym, and I think no one talks about too when you get into the gym and getting muscle that, clothes start to fit differently, and it can be hard sometimes to find jeans, the right proportions and stuff, because they're just not made certain ways.
I also think feeling different, your clothes fitting different doesn't feel bad. But at that age, when everyone's so self-conscious, you almost think it's bad.
Well,
but it's just different.
Yeah, but being 20, like, not everyone's self-conscious, but you can still be. But for me, it was like, well, these clothes fit a month ago, and now, or like last summer, I'm like, especially when I pulled out my shorts and they didn't button up, I'm like, oh, what has changed? And I literally then thought, oh, well, I gained weight, so I must be fat.
I was going to say, how did you feel when you noticed the clothes felt different?
I wanted to cry. I literally, because I never had any issues with weight. I had these clothes for like a couple of years, and I literally, when they stopped fitting and I couldn't wear them, and I still didn't have anything bigger, like I literally had to go to Emma, but I wanted to cry because I didn't think I was gaining weight. Like, to me, my weight was always the same, always 65 kilos, occasionally fluctuate to like 68.
And I guess, too, did you weigh yourself frequently?
No.
No. So you just assumed nothing had changed?
And because I felt fine, to me, I looked the same, but the sudden moment I didn't fit into my clothes, even though, literally, if I didn't try on those shorts, I would have thought, I'm good in my body. I felt confident. I love my body. The second it didn't fit, I went to the straight mindset of, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I hate my body. Like, why is this happening? When in reality, it was just me gaining muscle, and I just needed like a size 10 or 12 and not a teeny tiny size 8.
And there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
But why do we feel so shameful?
And that was the thing around it. It was like just the shame I held behind. I'm like, oh, this is how people feel when they struggle with weight. But I literally thought that I was now fat or getting overweight, when in reality,
and it's also like,
just wasn't.
Why are we so quick to put a label on it? You've gained weight, that means you're fat.
Yeah, and I like broke down in tears.
How harmful is that for people who are like recovering from, like, we've never experienced eating disorders, but disordered eating, but like for someone recovering, weight gain is a good thing for them.
It is.
For someone that's too skinny, weight gain means gaining back your period. There's nothing negative about that. Why do we suddenly assume weight gain means you're fat?
And for me, it was good because it was muscle.
Weight gain can be muscle. Like, it's also crazy, guys. A lot of guys, they're always about, oh, I want to bulk, I want to gain weight.
The gains.
And it's like, yeah, you go, bro. You get the gains. But for a female to gain weight, it's you're fat.
Yeah.
Why isn't it you're strong? And it's like, it's not until now do I have the goals of, I want to be strong. I want to be fit. Because I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah.
And how crazy is that? Like,
you thought you weren't the type of person.
We were also raised to like be like, you can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want to be.
We had so much support.
We had so much positivity of, you choose what you want to do and who you want to be.
And like, you can create your own path.
But for some reason,
you can do anything.
I still didn't think I could be strong physically. And I thought I didn't have the body. I was a bigger girl and I'd never look fit.
Yeah.
Even though I was, but I would never look it. And I thought I could never gain. I said, I knew I had broad shoulders, but I'm like, I'm never going to be super muscly. I'm never going to have abs. So then when I lost a lot of weight and you could suddenly see my abs, I was like it felt good because I was defying all these thoughts, but then it got too unhealthy. So now I'm trying to find that balance.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to move on to, I'm going to whip out
your questions.
My questions. So, on my journey, and then we'll do some more generalized questions of more of a Q&A style. But I guess first is, has there been moments where you felt pressure to look a certain way, and how did you navigate through that? How do you navigate it?
Yes, I think as a young adult, I wanted to be a certain size to fit in and feel like I was pretty and attractive. So like, I felt in order to have a boyfriend, I had to be smaller and look a certain way. Well, at the time, I was happy that I was a smaller size and I could fit into the clothes I wanted to wear. And it was really easy to order clothes and to dress up and feel nice and look nice and have all the things, have jewelry, have like rings. To be able, like, I have big fingers. At the time, I was so skinny, like, I could buy a bunch of Pandora rings, and they fit, and they eventually became too big. But now,
at times, there's one point you were able to wear some of my rings.
Yeah, or I could fit, like, or it's like I could go to any regular store and buy whatever clothes I want, and they would fit.
Yeah, or that's why we online shopped a lot.
Yeah.
When we were that.
Because we were the smaller, average size 8 to 12.
So it was so easy.
It was so easy.
And like, whatever we bought, we would fit in.
And how did I navigate that? Well, at the time, I was happy with my size, so it worked well. I had a boyfriend. In my head, I felt good, but I was still very self-conscious. Yeah. So I guess the way I went that is really time. Time heals all. And as I went through a breakup, started gaining weight, started taking care of my mental health. because I did realize the amount of time I spent feeling insecure was also, I was also very anxious, very depressed. So I think taking care of my mental health really helped me feel better about physically what I look like. Because when you take care of your mental health, because I was a bully to myself. I would rip myself apart, call myself names, like we said, tell myself I'm fat, that, you know, like, you're never going to get a boyfriend because you're fat. Boys don't like you because you're fat. So when I went through that breakup and I went through that deep depression of no one loves me, I learned a lot of things. I learned that, you know, no one will complete you, that you're a complete person on your own. And I think taking care of my mental health, I showed myself self-compassion and started actually liking the person I was instead of ripping it apart.
Yeah. I don't think I ever felt pressure to look a certain. I think for me it was maintaining to look the way that I did because that was quote unquote healthy. But for me, I think a lot of it comes to that self-talk and that self-love.
Well, for me, I didn't feel pressure in high school. It was out of high school because I suddenly, once I changed, I got the things I wanted.
Yeah.
And I thought that was why.
Yeah. And then this one we went to touch a little bit on it for our journey, but just to wrap up about our journey from when it started with the whole body image of negative talk, making it to more of a positive journey to the end point. How has your relationship with your body changed over time? Like now, just a quick summary.
Yeah, I have a quick one-liner. Now, instead of looking at my body for aesthetics of what it looks like, I think about what can my body do. I can run 5 kilometers. I can lift over 120 kilos. I can back squat. I can deadlift. I look at it from performance rather than aesthetics. Aesthetics is great. I still want to... Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Katie got her new computer and she just recently
fell.
Do you want to put it over here?
I'll put it on this little table.
Okay. Do you want me to move over so you can put it on the couch?
No, it's good here.
Okay.
I got it. I should have put it here. Anyway, it's fine.
I know. It just scared me. I'm just take a deep breath. But yeah, so to go for performance over aesthetics, like I still care about what I look like, and I think I always will, but it comes from a place of love and being proud rather than a place of I'm not good enough. So yeah,
well said. I think for me it was taking the focus and value on like clothing size and just knowing like once I educated myself around, or there was more talk especially on social media about how different companies have different sizes and different measurements. So when I really narrowed down to like size does not matter what size you are, doesn't define you. Like sizes in different brands changes.
It comes back to what I said before. When I was a child, it was a problem to be solved. Now we realize as society, we're not the problem.
No.
It's the clothing. It's the clothes you're not meant to fit the clothes are meant to fit you.
Yeah.
But we always thought we had to fit into the clothes.
And it was like the mindset of who also thinks that you have to be like, who decides that the normal quote unquote size is like an 8 to 10? Like who actually determines that? So when I realized taking back that power and not letting a number kind of define you, and it was a whole of working around mindset, positive self-talk and love, and it did take a lot of work, but definitely just it's that mental mindset way of thinking.
I also think growing up is questioning your beliefs and what you've been told, and it's not even from your parents, it's from society. Like looking at, like I remember even being able to look at magazines. Like we're in that generation where we read magazines, but it wasn't the be all and the end all. But lining up for the grocery store with your mom and flicking through and seeing what diet is Jennifer Aniston doing?
Yeah,
or also,
this so-and-so person lost 48 pounds.
And you want that, but then you look at the diet and go, that's not right. Like, that's the thing. It's like you cared about what celebrities were doing. You wanted to do what they're doing, but we still had the critical thinking of going, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're just doing that because they have all the money.
Yeah, or you had that curiosity, like, oh, how did they lose this much weight so fast? And then you look at it and you're like...
Whereas I really feel sorry for our parents' generation or our mom's generation, where what celebrities were doing and all those diets, like the diet culture from a paper marketing advertising perspective Like magazines for us, we knew it was trash.
Yeah.
For our parents, that was the thing.
Yeah.
That was, oh my gosh, here's an advertisement of Weight Watchers. I'm going to do it because I want to look like her.
Yeah.
We still had that, but we also kind of knew to take it with a grain of salt.
I think we had a bit more education around
Yeah,
it.
or also magazines have kind of been phased out.
Yeah.
Like, besides in the grocery store, just having a quick flip through and then, putting it back on the shelf. And also, how magazines back then, they're so clickbaity.
Yeah, they were.
So clickbaity. Like, we don't fall for that.
Yeah.
We're smarter now. We don't fall for that stuff.
Anyway, now it's going to move on. I'm just going to bring my laptop in here. First one is, how do you balance wanting to be healthy with not obsessing over appearance? Which
I think
we kind
once
of
again,
answered it.
focus on performance. So to not obsess, it's focusing on what your body can do. To wanting to be healthy, it's fueling to do the things I want to do. So like I said before in my highs and lows, focusing on eating whole foods, making sure I'm getting movement in. And I think it comes from a place of feeling good to do the movement. So like listening to your body, like I would say when the movement feels good, it's doing good for you.
Yeah.
When you're feeling lightheaded and fatigued and like it's all too much, it's probably because you're doing too much.
Yeah. I think for me to like answer this, it's also, what was I going to say? Oh, I hate when this happens.
Do I need to read the question out loud for you?
No, I was thinking about nutrition, but then there was something.
Was it to fuel?
Else? Oh, it's to do with like the scales. So my thing is like with that obsessing over appearance, for me personally, it was kind of like chucking the scale out the window, because again, I personally found like the number, I then would look at my appearance. So instead, my goals wasn't about looks or numbers on the scale. Instead, like Emma said, it was more about how much weight can I lift, or more of a performance of, can I do a handstand and stuff. So I think shifting your goals so they're not about how you look.
I also think too, we talked about this last podcast, is like destigmatizing, like not letting the scales dictate your day.
Yeah.
Like I said in the last podcast, I would wake up in the morning going, do I feel lighter? Do I feel skinny today? And do body checks. Like the first thing a dietitian told me when I was recovering from like disordered eating and trying to, and my emotional eating, was she said, do less mirrored. If you're having a bad body image day, don't look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because you're just going to rip yourself apart. And it's also the adverse effect. Like I would literally every morning lift up my shirt and check it out in the mirror to see if I look smaller.
Yeah.
Every day. What is one day going to do by lifting up your shirt and looking in the mirror?
Yeah. Also, it's like remembering like one day isn't going to change. Like if you eat something or eat too much one day, you're not going to gain 5 kilos overnight.
Also,
doesn't
eating
work.
one salad one day isn't magically going to fix your health.
No, like it's about consistency, routine, what you do over and over again.
Did you ever have the belief like, oh, I've been eating healthy for 2 days, surely I've lost a kilo?
I don't know, because I never really.
So I would say
weighed
no.
myself.
If you don't know, then it'd be a no.
Yeah.
Like, would you ever think, oh, I ate a salad today? Tick, done, I'm healthier.
I definitely thought I was healthier. Like I
or
definitely
didn't it
thought
feel like
I felt a superiority around. Like, oh, I didn't have chocolate today. Like, that's like a good thing. I didn't necessarily correlate to my weight, but a status of health and the one of being like a healthy person.
It was almost like a badge of honor. Like I didn't eat any sugar today.
Yeah, to me it was a badge of honor. I would literally like low-key, like in high school was really bad. Like I would be like, like that's not good for you. Like, you know, like, or I'm not having that because it's not good, but it's like, it's 2 squares of chocolate.
Like the health police.
Yeah, but also it was messed up.
It was.
Because one of my friends who was also really healthy, but had a really positive, balanced, healthy relationship with food, whether I did not.
We had a very all or nothing.
Yeah.
Eat no sugar or eat all the sugar in the world.
Next question is, what does feeling comfortable in your own skin mean to you?
I think it's feeling confident in, like, even just how you present yourself. When you stand, to not be crossing your arms and trying, like, being confident in, like, in just your body. Like, you know, being able to stand up, being able to not wear a shirt at the gym if that's what you want to do. And it's like not letting how you feel about your body dictate what you do.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's also like, yeah.
Like, do you remember? Do you remember there was a time where we couldn't just wear a sports bra and shorts at the gym?
Yeah, get like so nervous, even though I'm hot, I'm sweating, my shirt's annoying me.
Do you remember how much brain capacity it would take to decide to take off your shirt?
Yeah.
I do it without even thinking.
Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't matter.
And there's still some days I go, ooh, like especially my most recent thought is around my boobs. I have C-cup boobs, but the way they're shaped is there's no way of hiding them. Like they're not huge, but they're not tiny. And I have cleavage. No matter what I wear at the gym, I have cleavage. And there's been times where that's when my body image creeps in of, oh, I'm showing too much boob.
Also, it's hard because, too, there's some people at the gym or some people just how their bodies are built and that they tend to be athletic people. They don't have any boobs.
And exactly. And this comes back to...
it's really hard when you see everyone else around
this comes back
in
to...
sports bras that you don't see there.
And this comes back to our whole lives. We're built different to the average, whatever. And also... what the heck is the average normal female?
I know.
We're all different anyway, but the fact that
societal standard.
The societal standard is like blonde, tall, lean, like B-cup boobs, and like a little bit of like your Pilates princess kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Like, not that I'm labeling those people as that, but like there was like that ideal standard, and because we're built differently. Even our mom would always tell us, like, not in a bad way, but like your bodies are perfectly normal, like you're just built differently.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to be different.
I know.
like, and that's the thing, having boobs.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, and also like having boobs at a young age.
Yeah.
And having to do gym class, and you know you have to wear a sports bra because you jiggle. Like in kindergarten, jump rope for heart, totally fine. By 5th grade, jump rope for heart, very interesting.
But anyway, feeling comfortable on skin is not letting anything stop you from doing what you want.
Yeah, and I guess why I mentioned the boob thing is like I still have bad body image days. I'm still a normal person, but it doesn't take up as much as my brain space.
Yeah.
It might be 5% of the time, not 50% of the time.
All right. What tools or practices help you quiet negative self-talk about your body?
Ooh, see, for me, I don't even know how I turned it off. It just, because it was so long ago, but then it wasn't.
Can I
comment? You go.
For me, it was a lot of journaling. About first, it was like acknowledging like it's not okay to treat yourself this way, kind of questioning, would you say this to a friend? Mm-hmm. Would you call your friend fat and ugly because they might be a little bit bloated? Like, no. So it was kind of looking at it from the outside perspective. And I guess for me, it's really easy because I'm quite a reflective person, but sitting down and journaling about how you're feeling, even if you want to say those things, but then thinking about when you write it down, it feels gross and yucky, and then you realize, actually, no, I am beautiful, I am strong, I can do this, this, and this. It doesn't define like who I am as a person. I think too, for me, it was like for every negative comment, you need like 7 or 8 positive ones. So I also believed like fake it till you make it. For every time you call yourself fat, say I'm smart, think about all the things you are that isn't that one thing. And I think that's what I focused on. I was like, I knew, I never had a doubt in my mind that I wasn't a good person. Mm. That was always something my whole life. That's the one thing I'm sure of is I'm nice, I'm smart, I'm a good person, I have great values. And I would remind myself, regardless of what I look like, I will always have those things. Yeah. And I think it's just it's like the fake it till you make it, like Katie said. You can look in the mirror and tell yourself you're beautiful, and you're not going to believe it at first. But you got to keep saying it. Yeah. And then one day you're going to wake up and you will believe yourself. And you're going to feel confident and like beautiful, but like, sometimes it's just a repetition of. Yeah, and it's going to feel icky at first. It's going to feel gross. I remember I would literally look at myself out loud and say, I'm beautiful, and then like cry. Because I didn't feel it. I would say it. And then literally bawl my eyes out. Like it also goes with any labels. Like I used to tell myself I was a failure, and I would go, I'm a failure. Like, and I would say it, and then I'd like cry,
And then like I remember social psychologist, she was like, can you say it in a funny voice? Like if you think you're a failure, like you'll realize how stupid the things you say to yourself are. Like say it in like it was almost like put a funny voice on it, because then it will not have meaning anymore.
Yeah, and I think once you realize that it, like once you take the meaning out of it and you start to realize and become more aware, like all this stuff that I'm saying and thinking is not true.
It's also like, how silly am I? Like we can now, hindsight is like, we called ourselves fat, we weren't even fat. It's kind of like laughed it off. Like how funny is that? Like 5 years ago, like it obviously it's like not funny, but it's like how you almost have to discredit. You have to know it's not a fact. You have to discredit the fact and know what's true.
Well, for me, I thought when I was 70 kilos and had muscles and abs, I was fat, couldn't fit into my shorts.
But it's like
whether I wasn't, and like now I'm like I weigh heavier more, but I think so much more highly of myself, you know, and I'm not at like a healthiest weight, you know.
And it's a really hard cycle to break, but it's like also it's like even to ask yourself, what evidence do I have of this? Like, because sometimes it's like when I said I was a failure, what evidence do you have your failure? Oh, I failed one subject at uni, but you passed all the others. Just because you failed one thing doesn't make you a failure. And then suddenly you discredit. So it's like when you think you're fat, it's like, well, what makes someone fat? Being overweight, okay, but what do you eat? Are you an active human? Oh yeah. So why are you calling, like, it's like kind of destigmatize the words you're telling yourself and like discredit, like find an alternative or find something, like define it, like actually try and define, what does it mean to be fat? What does that actually mean? And then you realize, oh, I'm not that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who's actually fat? Like you can be overweight, but why are we using the words fat?
Yeah, that's really interesting. The next question is, who are some role models or public figures that change how you think about body image that might be worthwhile for other people to look into?
Yeah, I think my open-mindedness to body image on social media, I've always been someone that I've been always bigger. I've been exposed to people around me who were bigger, like coming from a family of people with, you know, like our mom's body type, you know, friends and family having bigger thighs. Like we all navigated that together because we all have similar genetics.
Yeah.
And so I've always been exposed to that. But I remember the first time I saw Brie Lenahan's content and Ashley Graham's content of actually showing the loose skin on their tummy, I felt a bit revolted at first and shocked and uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but the point of their content is to show the sag and also dedicated lifestyle.
Yeah.
So dedicated lifestyle, Kate Jones, Brie Lenahan, and Ashley Graham. So Brie Lenahan and Kate Jones, their handles are dedicated lifestyle. We might just screenshot them. They are like influencers that focus on body image. Ashley Graham is a famous model. She used to be considered she is, I guess, was considered a plus size model and very inclusive. They all showed, like different bodies that were different to even mine.
Yeah.
And I was always thinking I was different, but they were different to me with looser skin. And it was also like the idea, like Kate Jones used to get so much flack because it looks like her body, people would comment, why do you look like that if you haven't had kids?
Oh.
Because she has loose skin, as if, you know, like our mom's tummy. After you have kids. But it wasn't from that. And I remember feeling so uncomfortable. But now it's so normalized. Now I look at their content and I smile.
Yeah.
And I like it. And also Spencer Barbarossa.
Yeah.
I love her. She's a new find. And also Remy by Riley.
Yeah.
Riley Hempson. I don't know, I call her Remy. That's her brand. Yeah. Remy by Riley. Because, well, her brand's inclusive. They have inclusive models of all sizes. And then Riley Hempson, because she has lymphedema, for her, it's hard to lose weight, but she embraces her curvaceous, beautiful body.
And, like, when you look at other people like that, you think they're, like, beautiful and everything. So it's also, like, you know, taking that on. And it's, like, nice to see people showing what real bodies do look like.
Yeah, they're like the top Instagram for like body image. But then on the flip side as well, like we talked about Whitney Simmons for health and fitness, but her struggles with psoriasis makes it, and people that struggle, and Sarah's Day, how she struggled with acne, it's knowing
that appearance.
There's other things that it's not just your body image is also not just your weight. We talked a lot about weight, but it's also how you feel if you have acne, psoriasis, eczema.
Oh, again, I've probably mentioned this before, but when I was little, when I got sick, so I had burst blood vessels.
She basically was vomiting so much that she had burst blood vessels
around
all over
my
her face. She had like rashes
because
was like, she was really sick.
It was red dots, and I literally told everyone, don't look at me, I'm hideous. And I literally told Mom and I think Emma, if you want to look at my face, like you should put a brown paper bag over my face.
So I just remember coming up to me in Katie's bedroom because we shared a room, and this is when you were like 6 or 7.
I was 8.
And Katie was sitting, so we had beds, and Katie's comfort spot was sitting on the floor in between her bed where no one could see her.
Yeah, with the wall on my bed.
And she was crying and hiding, I think. And I said, why are you hiding? She was like, don't look at me. I'm hideous. Like, go away. And I was like, why are you hideous? And she came out. She was like, I have a rash all over my face. And I was like, yeah, but what are you going to do about the rash? Like, it's there regardless. And then she was like, put a paper bag over my head. And then Mom was kind of like, just like, you know how parents, you lean into your kid's thing. Like, your kid's bawling their eyes out, and you're like, what are you going to do? You ask the kids. So, like, it's dinner time. What are you going to do? Just put a bag over my head and, like, call it a day.
Well, like, I didn't want anyone to look at me. And obviously at dinner, you know, people sitting across the table. I did not.
Because obviously Mom was kind of like, we need to get her going because we got things to do, people to see. And so she was like, well, what do you want me to do about your rash? Like, I can't solve your problem.
Yeah.
And then she wanted us to
anyway,
put a paper bag.
It's all about skin and body image.
Well, no, because it does impact your confidence and your sense of self and your body image.
Yeah, and I think it's really hard to navigate as a young child and adolescence. Like, yeah, it's better that it's now talked about more.
Even like the fact I had moles, I felt so self-conscious as a kid.
Anyway, that was a tangent. What are small ways people can start to build more positive body image?
Like I said, stop having mirror when on a bad body image day. Don't look in the mirror. Stop doing regular. Don't do what I did and wake up every morning, lift up your shirt. Do I have abs today? It's just so silly repeating it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, and stop body checking. Focus on how you feel. Like, especially for special occasions when you get your photo taken. Think about how happy did I feel in that moment. Not, oh my gosh, I was laughing and I had a double chin. It's like, no, lock in the feeling I was happy that day. I was celebrating my birthday.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of remember how it feels. Same with like food. If you're like worried about eating cake, go, I'm making a memory and celebrating a birthday with my loved ones. Yeah. So it's think about in the moment how you feel rather than what you look like. Is this going to be healthy for me long term? Eating birthday cake once is fine. But it's like...
So I think it's like attaching that emotion of, let's do the things that bring me joy, make me feel happy, make me feel excited, not the things that make me feel fearful, sad, or anxious.
I love the quotes, which all of the social media people have done a variation of this. It's like when you're 80, you don't go, you don't, like a lot of 80-year-olds go, oh, I wish I spent more time in a bikini. Like when you die, or you're not going to go, when at your funeral, they're not going to go, oh, she looked so good in a bikini because she was skinny. But also when you're 80, you go, I wish I spent more of my, young adult years wearing a bikini and feeling happy.
Not stressing about how I look about this.
Yeah, or it's like all...
Or
like,
not missing out on these moments.
I've heard, we were lucky, we still went to we didn't let any of this stop us from living life. But some women do not go to the beach and do not go swimming because they don't like the way they look in a swimsuit.
Yeah,
you are missing out on life experiences based on these societal things that you think doesn't make you feel well. It's like, imagine, like so many mums especially don't want to like wear cover-ups on the beach and don't want to go swimming with their kids because of their postpartum bodies. It's like, but you're missing out on that memory with your kid.
Also, it's like you did such like an
amazing job
thing, like giving birth and stuff, it's so beautiful. Like,
yeah.
And your body's still beautiful.
And just to preface, we do not have children,
No.
but we talk about postpartum one because Katie has experience with nursing and midwifery and being around pregnant women. But also, I think social media does open the eyes of different perspectives.
Yeah.
Like, yes, us talking about body image as young, some pretty healthy young adults is very different to a mom that's just had a baby, or someone, you know, that's 50 and getting wrinkles.
Yeah, it's such a different experience.
Or when you first get gray hairs. Like, body image isn't just weight.
Yeah.
It's so many other things of what your body's been through. And we even talked about how, like, like the whole going back to the metabolism thing, the yo-yos of, like, stretch marks, cellulite, like, it's now knowing we all have that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make it wrong. Because some people used to think, oh, stretch marks are for pregnant women. I haven't had a child. There's something wrong with me because I have stretch marks. It's like a dude getting bulk at the gym will get stretch marks around their tummy, their shoulders.
If you, gain or even lose weight to, like, really quickly,
I know.
Like, you get stretch marks.
Some children, if they grow too fast, they get stretch marks.
Yeah.
Like, it's so normal.
And I think it's more about, like, to kind of help having more positive body image is getting that education around more about health and nutrition and actually discovering, like, what is normal really helps.
I think even, like, we use the word normal, and I think you even mean, like, knowing the whys and the hows scientifically of where your baseline is of, like, what everyone experiences.
Yeah, not even, normal, but
Because normal is what society says everyone has.
Yeah.
Versus scientifically, if you understand scientifically how stretch marks form, you'll go, oh, that's nothing.
Yeah, like, it's okay to have stretch marks.
Yeah, or it's like scientifically now I know the fat around my belly is to protect my organs.
Yeah.
I don't want to die. I don't want them to be punctured.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you have those for a reason. Or it's even like how, like, in our family, we all have large ribs. Well, it's like, thank God I have large ribs. Those are protecting my lungs. Instead of feeling, because, like, our brother was really skinny and we would always point out his ribs would stick out. But he also had really large pointy out ribs.
Yeah.
So he would feel really self-conscious when we pointed it out.
Yeah.
But it's also like, thank God he had huge ribs because it protects your lungs.
Yeah.
It's like, so if you know the scientific reasoning for how your body works, you're going to be so much more grateful for it.
100%. And then another question is, how can friends and family support each other in developing healthier self-image? Or, like, if you were struggling with it, what would advice you would give to people that can help, like, their friend or family member to
when
support
people
them?
told me you're too skinny, I didn't listen to them.
No.
I was like, no. So I think you have to love them regardless. I think you have to tread lightly with pointing out if what they're doing is wrong. If you're concerned about disordered eating, I sometimes think it could be the right message, wrong messenger.
Yeah.
So it's really tricky. I think, to just love them regardless. I think, like, I didn't listen to the people that told me what I was doing was wrong. So I think, I just think love them. If you're really concerned with from a mental health, tell them to get help, but don't tell them that there's something wrong with them.
I was about to say, I think what could be helpful is, like, for yourself, like, changing your language of how you speak about what you talk about. Like, don't talk about, you know, your weight or what even you look like personally. If you're not the person struggling, like, I wouldn't talk about, you know, like, my stuff to someone. Like, it's good to change that language. I really like that.
Also, a blanket rule, don't compliment people on their physical appearance only.
Yeah.
And also, like, I like this. I saw a primary school teacher talk about it. Once you squeeze out the toothpaste, you can't shove it back in. So it's like, don't comment on someone's appearance unless they can change it in 30 seconds or less. So it's, hey, you have something on your face. That can be fixed in 20 seconds or less. Or, hey, you have a hair sticking up.
Yeah.
But if it's something they can't change in 20 seconds or less about their appearance, don't comment on it.
Yeah, maybe try, like, if you want to compliment someone, just think about
who they are.
Yeah, like, challenge yourself when you want to compliment someone. Compliment that isn't based on their appearance.
Also, like, commenting on people's food. Instead of saying, like, you're eating that, just go, like, wow, that looks like a really delicious meal.
Yeah.
And it's don't ask, like, I wouldn't question, like, why are you eating that? And I think it goes both ways. Like, obviously, I talked about, like, disordered eating and how it's really hard. Don't tell them they're doing something wrong, but help them to get help. But I also think on the flip side, if someone wants to change their life, say, like, someone like me who's in a deficit, it isn't always harmful. And it's like, don't question other people's health choices unless you're really concerned. And when you do come from it as a stage of love, not you're doing something wrong. But I think just in general, to respect people's health choices. If I decide I don't want to drink alcohol because I don't think it's good for my health, respect that.
Yeah, don't just question and push, keep
don't
pushing.
Don't push people. Or if I, say, hey, I don't actually feel like dessert today. You guys get ice cream, but I'm good. Don't go, why don't you want ice cream? Or adverse the other way. Someone says, oh, I really want some ice cream, and you don't go, you go get some ice cream. I'll still come with you, but I don't really feel like ice cream today. And it's like, you can still have a duality of respecting other people's goals and respecting their wishes.
Yeah.
But I think if you're actually concerned about someone, talk to them about getting help, but come from a place of love, and don't make them feel like that what they're doing is wrong. And don't, because then they're going to feel ashamed.
Yeah. And I want to point out, like, you, like, don't say you, like, say, point stuff out of, like, or, like, even I was thinking is, like, you can sneakily, like, discuss not relating it to them about saying, like, oh, I saw this, like, I heard about, I don't know what a good example is.
Or it's kind of like something like...
But low-key educating them, but not saying you need to do this,
no,
or you.
Instead of saying you need to eat carbs.
But,
it's
this is an interesting...
or it's like,
have you heard about...
I found this really yummy pasta recipe. Or, like, things like that. Like, oh, like, this pasta looks really yummy. Like, do you want to try it? And if they go, oh, no, I don't eat carbs. Or it could be something like, oh, I read something online that says, like, carbs are a good source of energy. Like, I've been trying it, and I've been feeling great. Like, eating pasta for dinner before I have a soccer game, that's helped me so much. And they go, oh, I wonder why that is. And it's also, like, once again, do your own research. Like, if you're going to drop that to a friend, they might go, oh, wait, why do you eat pizza before soccer? It gives you energy. Did you know that? And then they go, oh, no, I didn't. So it's not saying you should eat pasta before your soccer
or
game.
instead of being like...
You're underfueled. Help them get fueled. Help them without saying you're underfueled, you need to eat more. Like, I hated when people said, eat more. It's like, I physically don't want to.
And you're like, what does that mean? But instead I could go like, hey, like, I found this really good recipe. Like, you should give it a try. Or like...
Or like, I found this worked well for me. And also just remember, what's going to work well for you might not work for someone else. But it's also understanding the why. Being educated and being open to getting education. And if you have someone that you think needs to see a nutritionist, I recommend anyone to see a nutritionist. So I think a way to go is, I've booked an appointment with a naturopath or a nutritionist to try it. Like, do you want to come with me? And it's not, the appointment's still for you, but it's like, do they want to sit in the back? Round, like, say if it's a family member, like, especially if it's a parent to child, I'm gonna go, like, lead by example. I'm gonna go and see a nutritionist because I want to make sure my health is in check and I'm doing all the right things. Come along with me, and then eventually they might go, oh, I think I'm gonna do that. Like, I think it's also
introduce it to them in such not of, we need to solve your issue and fix your thing. It's more about just in general exposing them.
I don't think mom and dad did this purposefully, but they saw a naturopath and they were like, you can come with us. And then we eventually ended up seeing them.
For me, I was really anxious, so mom kind of made me see one, but then I wouldn't go to my appointments by myself, so then you came to someone mom and dad couldn't, and that opened your eyes being like, oh, I could utilize this.
Yeah, so it's that, like, and it's also like who you surround yourself with in your environment. I think if there's someone, and setting boundaries, if there's someone that's constantly commenting on your food in a negative way, are they really your friend? If it's someone that's commenting on your body, set the boundaries. Like, are they really a good friend? Like, especially if you're a teenager, especially if you're a young adult, high school and straight out of high school is rough out there. And you'll find out who your true friends are. But if someone is actually commenting on your body, have a chat to them. Give them a chance and say, hey, that's not cool.
I don't appreciate that.
But also, if they don't understand why you don't want them commenting, get rid of them.
Anyway, this is my last question to kind of wrap it all up. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice about body image, what would it be?
I would honestly just give her a hug.
Yeah.
Tell her she's beautiful. Tell her she's loved. But I would also tell her that food is fuel. Food is energy, and it has a purpose. It can be enjoyed. But yeah, about the metabolism piece, you can eat more and still be healthy.
Yeah. Mine would be, don't focus on numbers. Focus on how you feel. Like, do you feel energized? Do you feel happy when you do these things?
I would also tell her that clothing size and scale weight.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing about don't worry about numbers. Like, don't worry about clothing sizes, the number on the scale. Like, focus on things that.
And then I also remind her, look how much your body can do. Like, I am so grateful I get to walk every day.
Yeah.
I am so grateful I get to jump and lift weight and run.
Yeah. And like all your organs work, you know, and so much like your body does in the background, and just having that gratitude and that love.
Or it's like my body breathes and digests my food and I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Like, how good.
Yeah. Because we don't want to take anything for granted.
No.
So give your body a nice big hug and thank it for everything it does. No, that's the thing. It's like body image is going, my body does so much for me. Like, I have a heart that is beating inside me.
Some people like don't. Some people need like transplants.
Or how I always say, I'm so grateful I can walk and go to the gym. Some people don't have legs.
Yeah.
And it's not to minimize your problems. Like, your problems are valid, but it's the gratitude.
Yeah.
Be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
Be nice to your body. It is your home. You only got one.
Yeah. Speak kind words. You know, don't say something that you wouldn't say to like your friends or someone else.
Or a younger version of yourself. Look at a picture of baby you. Would you call that baby you fat?
Yeah.
And if the answer is yes, find an alternative. Well, that was me. I would look at my 8-year-old self and go, yeah, I was fat. I mean, hindsight, I know I wasn't. But, you know, the way you felt at the time, you would call yourself names. So be nice to yourself.
Alrighty.
And be nice to the people you love.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think we covered all bases. It was very good.
Might be a long one.
So, comment down below. You have gone through the full emotions of our journey. We've cried. We've laughed. We've felt all the feelings.
Tune in for next week.
Tune in for next week. Where we talk about something else.
Let us know if you have any topics or questions that you want us to discuss.
Or if there's any like segments you want us to do. Like, do you like the Summer I Turn Pretty recap or thoughts or feelings?
Yeah. Alrighty.
Goodbye. Mwah. Ready for a nap now?
I know, me too.
See ya. Melted.